100 players, 3 teams, and 1 shrinking battlefield. That's basically the pitch behind Wardogs, and it's shaping up to be one of the most talked about shooters so far of 2026. It's taken a big step forward on Steam, and today we're going to be breaking down everything that's changed and when you might actually get to play it. So for anyone just hearing about this one, Wardogs is a tactical, large-scale FPS from the British developer Bulkhead. Publishing underneath the Team 17 digital label, the pitch is all-out warfare. Up to 100 players split across 3 teams, fighting for control of a randomized control zone, roughly 2 kilometers wide. Whichever team holds the zone longest racks up points first, and the first side to hit 100 points takes the match. It's built on a destructible battlefield set in a fictional stretch of derelict and industrial mountains in Eastern Europe. Very similar to the gaming landscape of other games, with derelict factories, mining towns, which makes for some interesting gunfights in a military sandbox. The team versus team structure and the control the zone objective draws obvious comparison to the Arma 3 King of the Hill mod. It is essentially a spiritual successor, and they actually ended up hiring Sumatra and Roid Rage to help develop the game. One of the most defining things about Wardogs, and what sets it apart from the typical sort of extraction shooter / battle royale adjacent shooters, is the economy. Every player in the game starts with a set amount of money, but every time you die and respawn, you're spending that cash on a custom loadout, weapons, armor, any sort of utility, grenades, and even vehicles that you might use. But you don't just get a flat paycheck, you earn your cash by actually playing as a team, by reviving your teammates, transporting them into the zone, or holding down the objective. The developers have talked about the hot zones that pay out double, letting you choose between playing it safe or chasing a bigger payday in a more contested area. But the idea is flexibility, essentially. You can snipe from range in a ghillie suit, or you can even engage in base building at a choke point. You can fly supplies around in a helicopter or transport teammates around in a helicopter, or you can just climb into a tank and start leveling the map. There's reportedly no fixed class system forcing you into a role, so you're free to play exactly how you want to. Here's the news part. If you check SteamDB, you'll see that Wardogs has dedicated playtest build, separate from the main core store page that Valve's backend first logged early June 2026. As far as the Steam page is concerned, it's currently Windows only, and sits under the main Wardogs app as linked beta branch, meaning that it's a build specifically carved out for testers rather than the general public. And that lines up with what we've been seeing from the community side. Interest has been building fast, and reporting earlier this year put Wardogs' Steam wishlist count above 300,000, which is a serious number for a game that's not even in early access yet. Signups for these playtests have gone through Bulkhead's own community site as well as third-party platforms, and access has been staggered. Earlier rounds reportedly opened with a few thousand players at a time before scaling up. On July 23rd, the developers ran their first public Wardogs livestream, playing alongside real playtesters on Twitch. Behind the scenes, the team has also talked about something that they call war dynamics, essentially internal telemetry tooling that tracks detailed match and player behavior data, which they say is feeding directly into the performance and the balance work of the game in these early stages. So when can you actually play for real? Well, officially, Steam just lists a 2026 release window for early access. Earlier reporting suggested that early access date had actually been moved up rather than delayed, landing sometime later in this summer. More recently, the community tracking sites have pointed to a closed alpha test window, August 7th through to August 9th. Signups are continuing to run through Bulkhead's community hub. The studios also confirmed that they're attending Gamescom, though they've been clear they won't be running hands-on demo or capture sessions on the show floor this time, instead treating it as a chance to meet press and creators. As for anti-cheat, community write-ups covering the game have referenced easy anti-cheat, with kernel level protection being part of their plan. It's worth keeping an eye on, given how central a large player count are to the game. On pricing and long-term support, the developers have been upfront that the early access price is meant to be an entry incentive. They've said that the price is likely going to increase later on as more content and polish gets added ahead of a fuller release. They're also promising seasonal updates shaped by player feedback and gameplay data, rather than a set it and forget it launch. So to sum it up, Wardogs is a 100-player, 3-team, economy-driven tactical shooter from Bulkhead and Team 17, currently mid-playtest on Steam, with a closed alpha window pointing to early August, and early access launch still slotted for later in 2026. Wishlist numbers suggest that this is one to watch. We'll keep tracking the Steam DB page and community updates as new playtests and patch notes roll out. So if you don't want to miss the next round of signups, that's exactly what this channel covers. So drop a comment if you've gone into a playtest yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next one.